Welcome to the story capsule time. Today's story isn't about warm hugs or cheerful words. It's a tale painted in silence of a son, an artist, and a father who always stayed in the background. With each canvas, a hidden truth begins to surface until the final one speaks the loudest of all, the canvas of unspoken love, a tribute to the quiet heroes we call Dad. Let's begin. The gallery was glowing, filled with soft lights, polite murmurs, and curious eyes. Tonight's exhibition had only one rule: paint your deepest emotion. And everyone came to see the work of Arav, the silent artist known for raw, haunting art and a heart locked in coldness. Arav stood still in a black shirt, offering no greetings, no smiles. In the far corner, a man stepped in hesitantly. Mr. Raghav, Arav's father. Silent, modest, unnoticed by most. Guests approached the first piece, and the room began to quiet. A tattered leather slipper, nearly falling apart, beside a pair of polished black shoes. Below it, just one line: some walked miles so others could run free. Whispers filled in the room. Is this pain? Is it poverty? Arav said nothing. He stood still, cold, distant. And yet the silence around this canvas felt heavier than words. The next canvas was a rusted lunchbox and fancy tiffin. An old steel lunchbox, dented at the edges, its color faded by time. Beside it, a vibrant bento packed with colorful, cartoon shaped food. And the quote below canvas says, "Hunger has many faces. Some just hide theirs better." Viewers exchanged puzzled looks. Whose hunger are we seeing? Or something else left unsaid? The crowd began to walk ahead, and they approached Canvas 3. A man clung to a crowded bus rail, shoulder to shoulder with strangers. On the other side, a boy, arms wide on a bicycle, the wind his only companion. One rushed, one free. And the quote below the canvas says, "Some journeys are longer when taken standing." Audience whispered again, "Is it pain or is it about distance?" "I think it's about neglect," someone whispered. But there are no answers. As they stepped ahead, they came across Canvas 4, a messy pile of electricity bills, rent receipts, school dues. Beside it, a brand new box of crayons and thick sketchbooks. Quote below canvas says, "Every unpaid bill hid a dream that was paid for." Maybe the artist is angry at the burden, someone whispered. As they moved forward, canvas 5 says, "Cracked bed frame and soft pillow." A broken wooden cot with a coarse blanket next to a soft mattress with a child's pillow glowing with stars. And the quote below says, "Comfort too can be sacrificed and never mentioned." "He must have grown up with hardship," an older visitor sighed. And then the guests moved forward. Canvas 6. Rain poured on canvas, so real you could feel the cold. A faceless shadow held an umbrella over a child. The adult figure was drenched. And the quote says, "Protection is often invisible, but not absent." Gasps. People began to feel something deeper. Still thinking, He's painting pain, maybe abandonment. Mr. Raghav lingered longer here, unknowingly staring at his own silhouette. And the final canvas, the portrait unveiled. Covered in deep velvet, Arav stepped forward and unveiled the final canvas. The room fell still. An old man's portrait. Tired eyes, deep lines, cracked glasses, a faint smile, and at his feet those same torn slippers. Beneath it, written in bold, for the man who gave me everything and asked for nothing. Gasps again, but this time deeper. Mr. Raghav's lips parted, but no sound came, and for the first time that evening, Arav spoke. Arav stepped forward, the room fell silent. He reached for the mic, slowly, deliberately. For the first time, his voice filled the gallery. Everyone kept asking me, "What's your deepest emotion?" And I answered not with words but with pain. Or at least that's what they thought. Worn out slippers, rusted lunchboxes, crowded buses, crumpled bills. Each canvas looked like a wound. But tonight, I need to say this out loud. They weren't my pain, they were his, my father's. A man who never clapped from the front row, never bought me gifts or said, "I love you," never showed up with hugs or applause. He didn't know how, but he knew how to save, not for himself, not for vacations or comfort. He only saved so I could have more. He walked miles so I could ride in comfort, wore the same shirt for years so I could wear something new at every festival, clung to bus rails in the summer heat just so I could sketch dreams in cool, quiet rooms. He was never loud. He never asked for thanks, but he gave, silently, fully. Every rupee was counted, every meal stretched, every hour of sleep traded for overtime shifts. He lived small so I could dream big. And I was blind. I mistook his silence for distance, his tiredness for disinterest. But now I see love isn't always loud. It isn't even always soft. Sometimes love is a pair of cracked slippers left by the door, a man eating cold leftovers with a smile, a figure standing in the rain holding an umbrella not over himself but over his son. This exhibition is not about pain, it's about love, the kind that doesn't buy anything for itself because it already gave everything away. Love that was never spoken but always shown, always felt, always there. This is my father's love. And tonight I finally painted it for the world to see. The room fell into silence, not the kind that's awkward, the kind that sinks into your bones, the kind that makes you hold your breath without knowing why. Eyes glistened, fingers reached for tissues. Some clutched the hands beside them. Others simply closed their eyes because looking at Ara was too much, too real, too raw. A woman in the front row whispered, "I never thanked my father either." An old man lowered his head, perhaps remembering the sacrifices he made or the ones his father did. And then slowly Raghav stepped forward. He had said nothing the entire evening, not even when the crowd gasped, not when the first tear rolled down his cheek. But now his eyes were locked on his son. His lips trembled. His hands, rough from years of labor, were clenched by his sides until they weren't. He walked up to Arav, and for the first time in what felt like a lifetime, they embraced. Not a polite hug, not a staged reunion, but a shaking, breaking, real embrace. Arav, the son, who once felt cold, now held his father like he never wanted to let go. No words were spoken, but the silence said everything. Two hearts, one distant, now beat in rhythm. The artist had finished his final piece, and his father, he finally saw himself in it, not as a shadow, not as a background, but as the reason the whole gallery existed. This Father's Day, let's celebrate the quiet strength of dads, the ones who do more than they say and love more than we see. This story honors all kinds of fathers, single dads, stepdad, grandpas, or father figures, showing how their quiet love become a child's biggest strength. To all my wonderful listeners, happy Father's Day.